Good morning, good morning, good morning. Whoop, whoop, whoop. This is Monday morning. I'm hoping you had a fantastic weekend and we're here. The empowerment duo is in effect. I'm in the big chair today. Wee. Lisa, the better half of the empowerment duo, won't make it today, so I got to ride solo. They see me rolling. They hating. I got to ride myself today. But anyway, I have a topic that I think is kind of fun and kind of funny. Yes, I want to hear how was your weekend. Yes, I'm hoping you had an amazing weekend. But my topic for today is, man, I hate to admit it, but I like ... I hate to admit it, but I like, and I have a couple of things that I wrote down that I really hate to admit that I like, and I'm gonna get to them. I will. I won't keep it from you. I will share mine, but I do want to hear how was your weekend too. I will share. We had a busy weekend yet again. Praise God for busy weekends. Praise God for opportunities to do what you set out to do. That's what I'm saying. This past weekend, my beautiful wife had a very, very busy weekend, but she had energy for the whole weekend and energy to burn, by the way, because on Saturday morning, Lisa got up and went to a woman's event at Exhort Church, and Lisa got a chance to be a featured speaker. She talked about being a wife and all of that, and that was really good for her too. She enjoyed that very much. And then right after that, she boogied on from that event to another event where she was a speaker at the Black Male Authors Showcase. It's an event put on by Brian P.A. and his team. And I always say his team because you don't get a chance you can't pull off events by yourself. Anyone that pulls off an event, especially a successful event, has some people helping them. Just like in life. Nobody does life completely by yourself. We all need some help. Good morning, Sister Shirley DeJohnette Wyatt. Good morning to you, my sister. Good morning, my brother Jay Mattier. Get ready, because here Jay comes. Good morning to you. We do have a topic today, but I want to see this first. I want to talk about your weekend first. But Jay and Shirley, you guys are perfect people to talk about this topic. The topic for today is, I hate to admit it, but I like ... And I wrote down two things for me, and there's probably more. I hate to admit it, but I like ... I saw good morning, Sister Peggy. She says good morning from Uzama. Whoop, whoop. He's still locked out of his social accounts. Is Uzama with you where he can actually hear us talk today, Peggy? Is he still listening to the show? I'm hoping he can. Good morning, Dr. Carolyn Severs. Dr. C makes you sure of yourself. How was your weekend? And our topic for today, let me kick it off. Our topic for today is, I hate to admit it, but I kind of like ... I wrote down two things for me. First thing I'm going to admit to you, thank you, Peggy Uzama. Good morning, brother Uzama. The first thing I'm going to confess and admit that I like, but I really hate to admit this. I really do. It's not going to make me look good. But if I don't do it, you won't do it. So let me tell you the first thing on my list. There's two things on my list I hate to admit that I do like. One is when I'm driving across the road, or anywhere, if I'm driving, this is not going to be good. I consider it kind of like my job. It's my job when I'm driving to note and categorize by age and ethnicity every dumb driving move I see. If I see someone do a dumb driving move, it's my job to drive up and look in there to see, okay, that's an older Asian man, or that's a young black girl, or a middle-aged white man, probably named Chad, or something like that. I think it's my job to put everybody that I see do something dumb on the road into a category. And the other part of it is, I hate to admit it, but I cuss them out in the car. I don't do it to them. I don't put my finger up at the window or anything like that. But in my own car, just to myself, I'm calling them all kinds of bad names, and I'm using all kinds of profanity. This such and such and such and such. This move blankety blankety blanket. And I'm cussing and I'm categorizing. I'm cussing and categorizing as I'm driving. I know that's not the best move. I know that's not mature. I know that's immature to do that. But I hate to admit it, but I kind of like to do it. Ah! Wonderful. Sister Shirley says, my week was great. Her weekend was great. She attended a Forever History event. That's amazing. That's amazing. So how was your weekend? On Saturday, Lisa went to this author showcase and she spoke wonderfully well. I attended that event as well to support Lisa. Took some good pictures there, hung out with some great people there, got some great food there. So that was a good event. And on Sunday, we had a great time in church as well. So that was our weekend. So you share with me. Somebody share something. I know, Sister Shirley. Shame on you, Brian McNeill. I know. Shame on me. Oh, Shirley, it's bad. If you're in the car, now they don't know I'm saying it. I don't go to the window and thank it. I don't do none of that. But oh, Jay. I definitely do it. The topic of today is, I hate to admit it, but I like, and Jay Mattier just admit that he likes love stories. What? Say it ain't so, Jay. Do you watch Lifetime Channel too? Good morning, Emily. How are you? Good morning to you. I am flying solo today because Lisa's out doing God's work. She's out there meeting people and having an opportunity to be helpful to someone today. Yes, she is. She's out and about. So that's what we do. We are ministers, in case you guys didn't know. Lisa is a minister and a pastor. I became ordained in 2018. So I am a minister myself. Jay watches Lifetime Channel. What? Speaking of which, Jay, next Tuesday is the first Tuesday in March. Next Tuesday, February ends this week, but next Tuesday is the first Tuesday in March, and we're going to host another men's meeting. And this thought came to me yesterday, Jay, about the men. I'm going to ask the men next Tuesday, what can we celebrate you for? When was the last time men get asked that question? Jay, what can I celebrate you for? And because the reason why I like the question so much is I think men forget about a lot of the awesome things about themselves. It's easy to forget. It's easy to forget what they're good at and what they're great at and what's so good about themselves. But I think I want to ask that question, unless Jay Mattier tells me, no, don't do it. I think I might, okay? So the question on the table is two things. How was your weekend? And what is something else that you hate to admit, but you like? Come on, Sister Shirley, give me something. Come on, Emily, give me something. What is it that you hate to admit, but you do like? Come on, Peggy, what you got? Peggy, what you got? Uzama, what you got? What do you hate to admit, but you do like? I got another one on my list. Shirley says, I hate to admit, but I love the Food Channel and I like Lifetime. That's not so bad, Peg. Shirley, everybody likes the food. I mean, a lot of us like the Food Channel, not everybody. We like the Food Channel. Even people who say they don't like the Food Channel, if they flipping channels and they run across something like a giant sandwich or a cake that looks like a phone or something like that, oh, that looks interesting. But she hates to admit it, but she loves the Food Channel. Lisa loves the Food Channel too. Foodies love the Food Channel. People who like to concoct and play stuff in the kitchen love the Food Channel. Come on, Peggy. What you got, Peggy? Come on, man. I really want to, for some reason, I really want to hear what Peggy has to say that she hates to admit it, but she actually likes. I want to hear yours, Peggy. Come on. I got another one on my list that I hate to admit it I like. Ernest James Ashan. Good morning, Ernest. Because I agree, I love the Food Channel. What else you got, Ernest, that you hate to admit? I was more transparent. Jay was more transparent. Jay's a macho man, and he loves love stories and watches Lifetime Channel. What? I categorize everybody I see on the road. Okay, and I even have it's bad. I even have a hierarchy. I know who the worst drivers are, and then I go down my list, okay, of the worst drivers. And it's going to seem so stereotypical that I'm not going to say what I can. And I rank them. I rank them all too. These are the worst drivers. Then this comes second. Then these third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. I have it ranked in my mind of who I consider the worst drivers, and I rank them by ethnicity and age range. So if I see one of my worst drivers on my list close to me, I'm like, oh God, I got to get away from them. Okay. Ernest says something I hate, but I actually like is RHOA, Married to Medicine. That must be a show. Married to Medicine and Sexy Red the Rapper. Ugh. I don't know who Sexy Red the Rapper is. I don't know what Married to the Medicine is, but they look like shows to me. But thank you, Ernest, for sharing that. I appreciate it. Here's the second thing on my list. I hate to admit, but I like. This is also not going to make me look good. I hate to admit, but I like receiving testimonials of my services. It seems like I've gotten a lot more lately. A lot of you guys know LinkedIn is my jam. I like LinkedIn a whole lot, so I'm gonna spend a lot of time on LinkedIn. But since the beginning of October, I've been on Alignable.com. It's another networking event place. Oh, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Oh wow, Carolyn loves Real. Do you admit that you love that? I've never seen any of the Real Housewives shows. I've seen clips from them, but I've never watched the show. I don't think I can handle it. But on Alignable, I've met so many people, and I've gotten a bunch in 4 months' time, I've got about 40 or 50 testimonials of the effectiveness of my work. And it seems like in the last 2 weeks, I've gotten some really, really amazing ones. I've got like about 5 of them in the last 2 weeks of people that had a taste test of my work or my current clients, and they've been willing to go on Alignable and write up recommendations of my work, and they are good ones too. So what I do is I collect them and I save them. I'm not sure how I'm going to explain. Dr. Carol, I don't even know how to share all my great testimonials, or at least a bunch of my great testimonials from Alignable onto my Facebook thing without me coming across as braggadocious. How can I do it without coming across as too braggadocious? Because they're really, really complimentary of me. How can I do it? Sister Julie says, tisk, tisk, tisk. Brian, judging drivers, I do. It's almost like it's as if it's my job, Julie. I hate to admit it, but I like to do it, and it's almost like I have to do it. So Dr. Carolyn says, brag. And Dr. Carolyn, I see you as wise. I see you as a business person, as a business mind, and because we've had such amazing conversations. Brag on Facebook about all these great things people are saying about me, because I could just share. I mean, just put it, their name and picture right there. This person, and Dr. Carolyn, I could make someone go blind on so many of them. I got so many great ones. I could just post like 1 at a time, or 10 at a time, or 20 at a time, or 3 at a time. I'm not sure, Dr. Carolyn, how to do it, but I do receive your word saying brag. And Sister Shirley said, I think that getting testimonies is great. I have never received a testimony. Well, that ain't true, Sister Shirley, because you've received some testimonials right here on this show from me and Lisa. We have endorsed you. We have told other people great things about you. You have too gotten testimonials, and we'll write it out if you want to. Brother Jay Matty, another amazing mind that I know. I count as a blessing to have him as my friend. He goes, no bragging, it's just facts. So he's saying it's not bragging if other people have said it. But yeah, they sent it, they posted it on Alignable, so the Alignable community see it. But if I take it off Alignable and put it on Facebook or my LinkedIn, is that crossing the line? Maybe not. You guys are right. Sister Peggy says, I hate to admit it, but I like to binge watch murder mystery shows and Judge Judy on YouTube. What? I can't believe you, Peggy. I can't believe you. You binge watch Judge Judy on YouTube? What? Those of you who came on here looking for Lisa, she's out doing work now. She's out at a place helping some folks and talking to some people right now. So she can't be here. So that's one of the things about having a couplehood. And we're in a couplehood. So Lisa can't be here today. So I'm going to carry on. And I'm so grateful that you guys are here to help me carry on. I'm going to need y'all to help me at about 9:52 when we do our greeting songs and greeting logos. And I'm going to try. I've done it before to do everybody's jam. Terry Robinson says, why not have them endorse you on LinkedIn too? I agree. Share your compliments. I do, Sister Terry, on my LinkedIn endorsements. Goodness gracious. I've got tons of those. But my LinkedIn recommendation or reviews or recommendation, whatever you call LinkedIn, I like those the most. I have over 100 of them on LinkedIn, Terry, and I like them. I like them all. You know, these great testimonials I have on LinkedIn already over the years, Terry. I didn't get all 100 of them in the last 4 months, but over the years, Terry, I've got over 100 on LinkedIn of people who've been willing to write out something about the effectiveness of my work. And if I'm having a slow time or getting drained or tired, reading my reviews does tend to energize me, Terry. It revives me back up again. Lisa's in the hizzy. She's not in the seat, but she's on the feed. She says, I hate to admit it, but I love Paternity Court. I sit and watch multiple episodes and cry. Oh, I can't stand it. I'm like, baby, you were in a happily married situation. Why are you watching Paternity Court? But she'll watch them and cry to them. Oh, God. What? Vicky Linnell Evans, I can't believe you. Vicky Linnell Evans says, Lisa Santiago McNeill, I love Paternity Court also. I love that show in all caps. I can't believe you. Brother Ronnie Evans submits, do it like my grandmother used to do. I don't like to talk about myself, but if I would, here's what I would say. Interesting. I don't like to talk about myself like that, but if I would, here's what I would say. All right, or here's what Ronnie Evans said, or here's what Vicky Linnell Evans said, or here's what Lisa said, or here's what Antonobi said. Good morning, Antonobi. Today's topic is twofold. How was your weekend? But the other one is, I hate to admit it, but I like. Now, I've confessed two of the things that I hate to admit about myself, but I like. One is, I think it's my job. When I'm behind the wheel of a car, I think it's my job to note and to categorize every dumb driver move I see. So if I see someone do a dumb driver move, like driving 55 in the far left-hand lane, I think it's my job to get up there and see what kind of person did this dumb move. I categorize them by age range and ethnicity. So I know a black man did this or a white woman did that, and I break them down by age too. I put them all in categories, and I cuss them out, not to them, but in my car. Oh, my goodness, Peggy got another one. She says, I hate to admit it, but I like to watch Undercover Boss and Uzama. Yes, and I cry every time. What? Well, Undercover Boss, I think it's a cool show, but I've never seen a full episode myself. Time on Undercover Boss. Thank you for admitting it, Peggy. Good morning, Sister Lena Janelle. She says, good morning to all. Waves to Brian, Lisa, Shirley, Antonobi. My guilty pleasure. When I am in my home office, I play 1980s white boy rock and hip hop from any era and dance like no one is watching. My weekend was phenomenal, and I am loving Los Angeles. I'm glad you're loving Los Angeles. And that's a what? You play White Boy Rock from the 80s, but they had some killer jams in the 80s. White Boy Rock. There's things like, I remember one. Me and one of my buddies used to drive from Fort Bragg to Charlotte, North Carolina when I was in the Army. That was 86 to 88 at Fort Bragg. So we used to drive from, no. We used to drive from Virginia Beach to Charlotte. And he loved 80s rock, and his car. But he used to love this group called Foreigner, maybe. They had jams like, I can't drive 55. That one right there. And he was like, how come you like that music and you don't like this? He couldn't understand how I liked LL Cool J and didn't like Guns N' Roses. It made no sense to him. He thought they were like the same music. Sister Julie Ray Hammond True. She says, I don't know if I can say I hate to admit it, but because, well, that's just me. And I like what I like. You like what you like. And that's just fine with me too. I guess I could say, you might be surprised to learn that I like, come on, Julie, you got us hanging in suspense. What is it, Julie? Go ahead and say it. Emily says, I do that too, about something. Vicky Linnell Evans says, I guess I'm different. I love to talk about myself, and I don't feel it's bragging or arrogance because it's true and facts. Amen to that. You know how, look at this. That's 3 brilliant business minds that I know that don't have a problem with the brag. One of the seminal things that I learned, there was back when we had CDs and I was an over-the-road salesperson, I used to listen to CDs, learning CDs. And I got this 3 CD set called Brag by Patricia Fripp. Brag. And she was talking about how people move ahead in corporate world because they figured out a way to celebrate their accomplishments without coming across the wrong way. They found a way to point out their highs to the people that could promote them. And she even recommended doing this thing that I kept with me, Sister Vicky. She recommended, especially people in corporate America, keep what's called brag-a-logs. Brag-a-logs. Like whenever you do something well or accomplish something, you keep a log of it. And that way, if you ever get a review, you have your brag-a-log or your brag-a-log celebration and just reviewing it for yourself. I thought it was a great idea. Couture Green is in the house. Good morning, Couture. Today's topic, I hate to admit it, but I like. Emily Smith says, anyone ever seen Bridgerton or Lucifer? Both are fantastic. I've never seen either one of those shows. I couldn't watch Lucifer because I couldn't get past the name. So Shirley says, good morning, Lena Janelle. Emily says, I was getting back to my childhood music of Barry Manilow and Sean Cassidy. What? You telling your age? What? Terry Robinson says, I hate to admit it, but I like to dance to offensive hip hop by myself. Juvenile's Back That Thing Up and Tupac's I Get Around are among my faves. I love the recent episode of Abbott Elementary where the principal, Ava, is dancing to Back That Thing Up. So me, Sister Terry, that makes me actually like you more. I think that's a cool thing about you. Lisa and I went to a stand-up show one time, and he says, fellas, I can tell you, I'm going to show you this test to tell you if your girl was a freak or not, okay? And he says, now this is a test to tell. Now, I want you to watch y'all ladies. And he put on the music blasted. Cash Money Records for the 99 and 2000s. And then that opening part came on, Sister Terry, and the music came on. And he says, if your woman started immediately moving and grooving to that, she's a freak. Who wrote Brag? Patricia Fripp. Patricia Fripp. Fripp. Yep. Peggy says, I hate to admit it, but I am a crybaby. Sometimes I think I can be overly emotional. Imagine that. A woman that's overly emotional? Wow. Who'd have thunk it? You must be the only one, Peggy. Peggy says also, from Uzama, 1 to 2, I hate to admit it, but I talk about people to my one Bitcoin friend that don't get the concept of earning Bitcoin on every dollar you spend. I can receive that. He said, I hate to admit it, but I talk about people to my one Bitcoin friend. That's something else that a lot of people won't want to admit. But we people watch. We all like to watch people. We sit in the mall, we sit in the park on a bench or whatever, and we people watch. And sometimes we craft stories about who these people are without even talking to them. Sister Julie, she's coming with it. She goes, I'm the opposite of you, Brian. I give the benefit of the doubt to drivers. Really? That woman may be racing to pick up her child. That woman is still learning to drive. That man's car isn't running right, etc. You just never know what another person is dealing with. And by the way, horns are a safety mechanism, not an expression of frustration. Thank you for admitting this, Julie, but I want to admit something to you too. I never use my horn. I don't use it like that. I don't use my horn. If I have to use my horn, it's an emergency. Like if they're merging in my lane, that's the only time I use my horn ever, because I don't want to scare them anymore. So I don't. And also, Sister Julie Ray, this is another I hate to admit. I think people that use their horns are punks. I think they can't fight. Okay, because the person that honks at you, if you had a chance to stop at a gas station next to them, they would be a mouse. I think people that honk their horns needlessly are punks. Okay, that's what I think. I hate to admit it, but I think the person that's honking their horn, boom, move out the way. That person can't fight. Because if they was in front of me, they wouldn't honk their horn at me. If I could get to them, they wouldn't do that. They can't fight. So Dr. Carolyn, what? She says, I watched Bridgerton 25 times. Really? What? Emily Nestor says, hey, I'm proud of my age. 56 is fantastic. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm 56. Okay. Vicky says, I keep my accomplishments in a portfolio. I guess that equates to a bragging list. Yes, I guess it would. It's a brag-a-log. She keeps her accomplishments in a portfolio. That is an important portfolio. Dr. Carolyn says, I hate to admit it, I love hip-hop, especially Biggie Smalls. Yeah, you have to. That's you have to. Chris Rock, who's one of my favorite philosophers, he says, whatever music that you were listening to when you started getting laid regularly, you're going to love that music for the rest of your life. So whatever's the music you were digging when you first started getting laid, you're going to love that for the rest of your life. So he says he's going to always have a soft spot for Houdini because that was the music when he first started getting laid regularly, and Run DMC, no matter what. I love Biggie Smalls myself. His lyrics are so amazing. Biggie Smalls has one rap where the opening lyric is, give me all the chicken. Give me all the chicken? Really, Biggie? You don't want to share no chicken? You want all the chicken? Okay, anyway. Couture Green says, I hate to admit it, but I like driving with my food out the window, with my foot out the window on a long and country road. What, Couture? You're that woman that does that? I think when I see that, my brain goes to, she country as heck. That's a country woman move to me. But I hate to admit it, I like driving with my foot out the window on a long country road. Now imagine that. Couture driving. That means her right foot is on the gas. So, and she has a window. That means her left foot is way from the floor all the way up here and out the window. And she's driving like that on a long country road. What, Couture? You need to have on some very comfortable pants or a skirt that you're okay with in the car. Couture, that's a funny one. Peggy says, I mean, over the little things. She'll cry over the little things. She hates to admit it, but that's what it is. Sister Julie Ray Hammontree goes on to say, okay, you might be surprised to learn about me when I get angry. I turn into something like the Hulk. I grow to 7 feet tall, 400 pounds, and fighting rage. She hates to admit it, but she turns into something like the Hulk when she gets angry. The Hulk was a great TV show I think it was the 80s. And the classic line was, "Don't make me angry. Mr. McGee, don't make me angry, Mr. McGee. You wouldn't like me when I was angry." And every single town, what would happen? He'd go from one town to the next town. What would happen? And the next town, someone would get him angry and he would Hulk out. Happened every week. At some point, a Bruce Banner has to look at himself and think, man, maybe it's you, Bruce. Maybe it's you. Lena Janelle says, hashtag music nerd moment. Well, I Can't Drive 55 is Van Halen. That's what he liked. When Sammy Hagar took over, Foreigner had songs like, I've been waiting for a girl like you. And as for bragging, to me, there is an effective way to do it. Culturally, we are taught not to do it, but so-called bragging, when done smoothly, makes your brand more exciting. I'm learning to brag with intention. Thank you, Lena. Lena, LA is doing you good, my sister. I love when you come in the room. Sister Terry says, when AI coach my state job client, when AI coach my state job clients, AI tells them not to leave an interview without letting the panel interviewers know, 1, what they know, education, 2, what they've done, accomplishments, and 3, and what they can do for the organization. Their interview with, if those candidates don't put that on the interviewee record, doesn't exist. And I like Barry Manilow too. Barry Manilow. What was Barry Manilow's jams? I know some Barry Manilow songs too. It's not coming right away. But Terry Robinson, I want to say this. I have helped many people land a job because I've done workshops on it, how to get hired. I've done lots of workshops on it. But the thing is, you got to look at it different. I look at the interview process as a sales process. And what I would tell those people that your AI coach didn't tell them is these words here. Before you leave the interview, say these words. Before you leave the interview, say these words. Thank you for interviewing me. I really believe I'm qualified for this job and I want it. Can I have this job? That's what I teach them. I teach them to say, I really believe I'm qualified and I want this job. Can I have it? I teach them to ask for the job that they want while they're there. Now, the interviewee is not going to be ready for this, or they're going to say something like, well, we got a process. We got to go through this, that. But the one who asks for the job is going to stand out. The one that Brother Brian McNeill coaches, they understand that this is a sales process, and they're going to attempt to close the sale while they're at the scene. That's what they do. And it doesn't matter if they say, yes, you can have the job, or no, you can have the job. It doesn't matter their response at all. But what does matter is that you ask for it. Terry, you can have that. You can adopt that and teach them that if you want to. Vicky Linnell Evans says, watch it, Brian K. McNeill, with those overly emotional comments, because you men could be the biggest crybaby, especially when they're ill, even if it's a little cold. Guilty. Only when I'm sick. When I'm sick, I'm really sick, because I never get sick. But when I do get sick, I'm really sick, Sister Vicky. And I'm a big baby too when I'm sick. I hate to admit it, but I'm a baby when I'm sick. Sister Shirley says, they may be calling you are a bad driver too, Brian K. McNeill. I don't care. I don't care what they're calling me. I think I'm the best driver, okay? I'm the best driver. I drive defensively. I always speed, okay, but I'm driving defensively. I'm paying attention to everything. So they can call me what they want. Like I can call them what I want. They don't know what I'm saying in my car. It's my own private sanctuary when I'm cussing them out. What? Terry says, and I love watching the Bridgerton series, especially Queen Charlotte. Now, the people who watch Bridgerton know what that means. I don't know what that means. Sister Emily says, I keep a gratitude journal. What a great idea. Shirley's laughing at something. Sister Julie Ray Amatry says, okay, something more about vehicles. Those guys driving those huge trucks, flashy cars, revving their motors, I can't help but think those guys are compensating for certain areas when they are lacking greatly. I'll utter under my breath, I see you, little dick. Julie Ray Haventree, I can't believe you. Hilarious. Thank you, Julie. Peggy says, I hate to admit it, but I enjoy when a Karen gets cussed out. Woo, woo, woo. Some Karen not minding her business. Oh my gosh. And she gets karma right away. I think I like that too. Oh my gosh, I have a favorite one. Okay. A Karen getting dealt with. Because Karens, oh my God, I hate Karens. I hate the people calling the police on the family that's doing a cookout. I hate the Karen that's calling the police on a little boy selling water in front of his building. I hate those things. I hate the Karens that mind themselves. You can't do that. Get out of here. Whatever. It's none of your business. Mind your business. I hate all of that stuff. But the worst one I'm going to admit that I like about that Karen thing, Peggy, this guy is chopping wood in his front yard, and he's got another man helping. He's like chopping some stuff in his front yard. And this Karen comes in front of him, and she's recording him. He's not supposed to be doing that in this neighborhood. And she's like getting close to him. And she's like right up on him. He goes, what are you doing? Get out of here. This is my land. Get off my property. She goes, I can record anything I want to record. You're not supposed to be doing that up here in the front yard. And he says to her, oh, you think you're in America, huh? And he gets up from what he's doing. She's like standing in his face. She's real close. And he gets up and comes over to her. And he goes like this. And then you hear her go, ah, and the camera flies up. She didn't have to stop. She could have kept going. He forewarned her a couple of times. I hate to admit it, but I like that one. Okay. Sister Julie says, you don't want to see me mad. Maybe it's you. Sister Lena says, I couldn't finish Luther either, sis, for that same reason. I watched a few episodes, but that's it. It was good, but I felt like God and my ancestors were judging me. That brother was right about the music. Every Quiet Storm song from my sophomore year in college makes me feel a certain way. That guy was Chris Rock. Whatever music he was listening to, when you started getting laid regularly, you're going to love that music for the rest of your life. Vicky says, I love that. Brag with intention. I really have gotten some amazing testimonials of the quality of my work lately, Vicky and Dr. Carolyn, and I really want to showcase them on Facebook. I want to brag a little bit. I want to say, look at what folks are saying about my services, and if you try me, you can get a similar result, or you might feel compelled to write something similarly because my stuff works and my stuff is good. So I want to share them. I'm just thinking, man, this is going to come across as really braggadocious because they're really good. Vicky says, Mandy, oh, Mandy, you came and you came. That's and you took me away. Oh, Mandy. That's a good Barry Manilow song. Didn't Barry Manilow also sing, her name was Lola. She was a showgirl. With yellow, that was it. But now it's a disco, but not for Lola. Still in the dress she used to wear, faded Ella in her hair. That's another Barry Manilow jam. The Copacabana, that's what it's called. Sister Antonobi says, I'm sorry my phone keeps freezing. So when it say, I'm not here, I really am. Okay, well, we're glad that you pop in. Sister Dr. Carolyn says, this is a big one. I like to listen to Yin Yang and Shake It Like a Salt Shaker to make my kids laugh. The Yin Yang Twins. One of the classic episodes of MT Cribs was the Yin Yang Twins apartment. Oh, they were so ghetto. Ha! And Yin Yang Twins, the one thing I remember about the Yin Yang Twins, where do you see my dick? Where do you see my? Shake it like now, when you do Shake It Like a Salt Shaker to make your kids laugh, do you do the dance, Dr. Carolyn? Do you shake it like a salt shaker? Terry Robinson says, AI equals I I can't type in state civil service. They have to score points on the answers in the interviews. Barry Manilow's songs looks like We Made It. It could be It could be the Magic Mandy, Copacabana, trying to get. Okay, I get it. Trying to get that feeling again. Thank you, Terry. Lena says, "Hello, at Peggy, sis. Who wrote about Bridgerton? I agree, Miss you, Lisa. I agree, Miss you, Lisa. But y'all both hold it down well when one is opposite. The business opposite. The business advice y'all gave me was priceless. Thank you, and I received. I'm gonna tell you, Sister Lena, you are very complimentary about the business advice that I've given and that Lisa has given to you. But you know what, sis? Your spirit caused us to want to be helpful to you. The way you move, your transparency. And here's the other thing too. When you're a doer, when you're doing stuff, people want to help you. The same premise. When you pushing your broke down car, people want to stop to help you. But when you're leaning against that broke down car, waving for help, no one wants to stop and help you. So Lena, you're doing. You're actually going and taking classes. You're taking instruction. You're doing, and it's very, very satisfying to be helpful to someone who's a doer. Message. Jay Matty, I like Bridgerton too. What? Jay Matty likes love stories. He watches Lifetime Channel and he watches Bridgerton too. What? I can't believe you, Jay. And Toby's laughing at something. Is that our girl, Brittany? Brittany Raji Alberti? Looks like you had a great weekend. My wife had every intention to come and visit you. She had made a plan to go see you, Brittany. I don't think she got to do it, but she was so busy this weekend. But she wanted to go and hug your neck, Brittany. Lisa said it to me. I need to go visit Brittany. I said, well, I said, Lisa, you know she's young, right? She goes, so what? But Lisa did think of you, Brittany, this weekend, my wife, Lisa. Julie Ray Hammontree says, I am so thankful my parents didn't name me Karen. So wait. You're thankful your parents didn't name you Karen, but does that mean you one of these nosy people who get in everybody's business? I hope not. Brittany laughing at something. Shirley says, gratitude journal is an excellent idea. Gave me a great idea for our daily planner. Amen. Terry Robinson says, I hate to admit it, but I low-key enjoy it when someone who has wronged me for no reason has something bad happen to them. I try not to enjoy it for long, but for a little while, hashtag karma, I feel you, my sister. The person that cuts you off in traffic and speeds on ahead of you, made you slam your brakes, that pissed you off. And then 2 miles later, you see that same person pulled over by the cops, that makes you smile. That's what you get. Vicky Linnell Evans says, do it, Brian. Okay, Vicky. Now, when I do this, Vicky, I'm going to tag you. I'm going to tag Dr. Carolyn. Who else told me to do this? Who else encouraged? Peggy, whoever said you should share these, I'm going to tag y'all folks. I'm going to. Yes, I will. I'm going to tag you guys. Vicky Linnell Evans says, yes. When someone cuts you. Oh, my goodness. Look at the time. The time has flown by. It's 9:42. I don't have my baby here. This is the part of the show that is most difficult to do by yourself. The greeting songs and the greeting logos. I'm going to tag you. I'm telling you. She goes, yes, do it. The greeting songs and greeting logos is a part of what we do, and we're going to do it today, but it's challenging. Please appreciate it. It's challenging to do by yourself. We do it together, and it's all we can do to get it done together, but by myself, and I'm going to do it. So I just need y'all to be patient with a brother and help a brother out where you can. Thank you. Lena says, yes. Queen Charlotte of Mecklenburg. Who is Charlotte NC? Who is Charlotte was named for? The first and only Black queen of England. And historians have tried hard to ignore her African ancestry. But God bless Shonda Rhimes for spotlighting her. Manilow wrote, I write the songs that make the whole world sing. Something. I know I'm off key. Mandy too. D guilty pleasure. I like to twerk to City Girls and drop it low by Esther and Usher. What, Lena? You like to drop it low, or do you like to twerk? Y'all know y'all grown-ups. What age do you have to be to start twerking? Should you twerk in your 50s? Should you twerk in your 60s? Should you twerk in your 70s? Should you twerk as long as you can? She's going, yay, Carolyn. Vicky says, but I really like the blue-eyed soul brother from Tom Jones. You like Tom Jones? Tom Jones. All I want is your extra time and your kiss. I know Tom Jones for jacking up Prince songs. Women and girls rule my world. Rule my world. That's my impression of Tom Jones. Jacking up Prince songs. I got to do the greeting songs and green logos. Julie says, I'm planning my funeral with a lot of songs and humor play. Hot in here, Nelly explains in the program, just in case I'm heading south. LOL, my funeral is going to be a party you won't want to miss. You're all invited. Carolyn says, yes, share. Lena says, I agree with Shirley and Vicky about gratitude journal. I do this too. Lena says that. Sang it, Brian. I know I'm about to do it. Me. Y'all hold off. I got to go do this. Terry says, my greeting song is, thank you. I'm Terry. I got it. And Peggy says, twerk as long as you can. It's great exercise. I can't twerk, but trying is a work. His song, She's a Lady. All right, here we go. I'm going to go do the greeting songs. Bear with your boy. Greeting songs is our way of saying thank you to our consistent contributors. Thank you. You guys made this show fly by today. I was flying solo, but with your help, it went well. Thank you. Up first today is Shirley DeJohnette Wyatt. She's got a greeting song that goes like this. Shirley DeJohnette Wyatt will rock you. Shirley DeJohnette Wyatt will rock you. That's Shirley's jam. Jay Maddie has a jam too, and it goes, get ready. Oh, get ready. Get ready, because here Jay comes. Get ready, because here Jay comes. Get ready, because here Jay comes. That's Jay Maddie's greeting jam. Peggy I Am Prosperity Evans has one too. And it goes, in Biggie Small's voice, it goes, Peggy, can't you see? Somehow your words just hypnotize me. She's gonna motivate you every day. Peggy J. Evans is here to stay. That's Peggy's jam. All right, who else we got next? Emily Nelson, we don't have a jam for you yet, but if you keep coming, you're going to get you one. Ernest James Usher has one too. And it goes, if you need web designing and some digital marketing, don't call me. Call Ernest James Usher. Ernest James Usher. That's Ernest's jam. Dr. Carolyn, she allows us to call her Dr. C, and this comes from the rhythm of Hot Pants by James Brown. And it goes, Dr. C makes you sure of yourself. She have you walking like you've got the only loving left. That's Dr. C's jam right there. Julie Ray Hammontree has one too, and it goes, Julie Ray Hammontree, find out what she means to me. Julie Ray Hammontree. That's it. Terry Robinson goes, I'm Terry Robinson, and I achieve anything you want done, baby. I do it naturally. Terry Robinson, thank you for the prompt. I appreciate it. We did Jay, we did Peggy. Lisa don't have a jam either. Antonobi has a logo, and it goes, thank you, Antonobi. That's her logo. Vicky Linnell Evans got a song, and it goes, Vicky Evans rocks. Steady rocking all night long. Vicky Evans rocks. Steady rocking till the break of dawn. That's Vicky Evans' jam. Ronnie, I want a greeting song for you, bro. Help us out, because you deserve one, Ronnie. Lena Janelle comes from Brown Sugar. It comes from Brown Sugar, baby. Lena's jam goes like this. Lena Janelle, baby, we gets high off her art, don't know how to behave. I want some of your brown sugar. Lena Janelle has been busy, busy, busy. And I do love the art you did about my wife, Lisa. Thank you, Lena. Who else? Did Vicky? Katura has a jam too. And it goes, back to life, back to Katura Green. However do you want it? However do you need it? Thank you very much for bearing with me. See, this is a two-part song right there. Shirley, we did her. Uzama has a jam too. Uzama, he's the Bitcoin king. He's the Bitcoin king. Uzama, Bitcoin king. He's the Bitcoin king. Uzama. That's his jam. All right, let's keep it going. Who anybody else I need to do? I did Lena. Terry Robinson, I did that. I'll keep scrolling. Shirley thinks it's something funny. All right. Okay. Brittany Raja, you keep coming, sister. You're going to get you a greeting jam. Recommend something for us, Brittany, that speaks to your spirit or genre or a song that we could put Brittany Raji Alberti in or Brittany Raji in or whatever you tell us to put in. We'll try to because we want to say thank you. This show is run by the contributors. The contributors are people who say something in the comments. I had a conversation yesterday with a pastor, and he was like, how can you guys do this show Monday through Friday? I said, we've been doing this show Monday through Friday since October of 2016. He was like, I can't believe y'all do it every day, Monday through Friday. I said to him, what I'm going to say to you now, we look at it as just like clocking into work. It starts our work day, just like anybody else. A guy that has a job at a construction site or a school teacher, they got to clock in, or office worker. They clock in, they go to work. They start their work at their 8 or 9 or 10, whatever time it is, they start their work. We do the same thing. This show starts our work day. Okay. I appreciate. I'm looking at all these comments as I'm looking for people whose song I needed to sing. You guys are really encouraging me to share my alignable testimonials. Tanya Fortune, you deserve a jam. I don't know what that link is, Tanya. Okay. Yvonne, my cousin is in the house. Cousin Yvonne, that's my cousin, y'all. She goes, you both have an awesome Monday, for it's the day God has given us. It's like all the men before. Hashtag love you, cousin. Cousin Yvonne, what's up, cuz? Cousin Yvonne is proof that I have good-looking women in my family. Peggy says, don't forget Uzama. I did Uzama's song. Terry Robinson says, thank you for my song, Brian. You are very welcome. Miss Phyllis is here, our OG. Miss Phyllis has a logo. Miss Phyllis is here. So clear the way. Miss Phyllis is here. Now we can all have a great day. Good morning, Miss Phyllis. I got Uzama's song. Shirley says, awesome job, Brian. Thank you. Lena Janelle says, head nodding, and you are welcome. I love everybody's song. I don't have a song. Neither does Lisa. We don't have a jam for us. I think I need to get one. Me too for something. Craig is in the house. Craig came in the house. He says, can't stay. Just drop by to tell everyone to have a wonderful and amazing day on purpose and enjoy it to the fullest. And since you're here, Craig, and I know you can't stay, Craig said, 1,000 degrees, you'll be on your knees, and you'll be burning, begging, please. Brother Freeze, Craig, let me borrow your VCR so I can dub a tape. That's Craig's jam. Miss Phyllis' song. I did Miss Phyllis' song. Find Uzama on Alignable. I will do so. You guys, it's 9:53. We did it together. I am so grateful to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is a heavy lift without my baby here with me. But because you guys are the wonderful people that you are, we made it through. We did it together. I embrace you all. I appreciate you all. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Tomorrow, the Pretty will be back. Tomorrow, Pretty Lisa will be in the house, so we'll be able to work together. God bless you guys. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Don't forget to have sex.